I know, it's dark. Real quick, this is going to be a real quick video because I'm actually in bed. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep about 4 hours and then I'm going back to fucking work. Different site. It'll be more relaxing, so that's good. While I'm thinking of it, before I forget, check out a new reaction channel. I love this guy's personality. Orko TV. ORKO TV. He's awesome. I don't know. I instantly gravitated to his style, the way he talks. I didn't have a chance to scroll through everything, but of course it popped up, at the very top because he was talking about Amber Lynn, and I don't care for that girl at all. But of course, everybody wants to weigh in their opinions about her train wreck life. And the thing with reaction channels, if I may once again clarify something, just in case there's any miscommunication or misunderstanding. I'm not against anybody reacting to her. Obviously, it's a thing. It's a phenomenon. Um, I don't think undue criticism or bullying or meanness helps her. I don't think it really does anything except make us feel like we're better than her, which of course, in most terms we are, but that's a subjective thing. I know for myself, I've got addiction issues and mental health issues, but what I don't like is her making a mockery of anything that's real and true in other people's lives. Wow, now I really went dark. Let me turn this on for a minute. I got my neck pillow here. I wish I was on an airplane, but this helps my neuralgia. Anyway, and yeah, I look a hot mess because I slept 2 hours last night, if that. And how that works, by the way, is that it's like tag team with your co-staffer. One person can snooze if they're allowed to. I already worked 20 hours yesterday, so I was allowed to snooze. And he's on the watch and does the bed checks. And then if he snoozes, it's the opposite. Anyway, tangent, ADD, fuck me. Anyway, Orko TV did a really funny, cute reaction video to Amber that I listened to on my way home. Um, my clarification about reaction channels with regards to Amberlyn Reed is that I watch reaction channels for the personality of the reactor. I watch channels in general because I just like the personality of the person with the channel, no matter what they're talking about. I do realize that some people, or even most people, tune in just to hear trash talk about Amberlyn Reed or Chantal or whoever. I've done it. I used to do it a lot. I used to even try to make my own reaction channels, but it never really got off the ground. It became too negative for me. It became too toxic. I'm trying to kind of like clear toxic energy from my life. This is one of the ways I'm doing it. But having said that, if I listen to a reaction channel, it's not just because it's about Amberlyn Reed, but it's like take Zachary Michael. His laugh gives me life. Like, his personality is unbelievably infectious. If a human could be a glass of pink bubbly champagne, it would be Zach. When it comes to sheer raw intellect and like a dry wit, that would be Michael B. Petty. If it comes to rapid fire, like super uncensored, like really in your face raw honesty, that would be my girl Shaquana. We all know that. Sabina has a rapier cutting edge to her dissection of Amber, but said in a very, very calm, thoughtful, like very well thought out way. I suddenly just lost all literacy. Redneck hippie, she has her own brand and style. Like, all the reactioners have their own thing. And I have room in my life for everybody. No hate, no anger. Um, I just don't like when things pass pass over into like meanness. And again, my own personal disclaimer, because I don't want to seem like a hypocrite. I'm not saying that she's not deserving of like what she gets, because she puts it out there and she's living her life, her best obese life on YouTube. And so, when you do that, you leave yourself completely open for criticism. And But for me personally, there's a line. Like, I mean, I've heard some things said, and I've read some comments that are just, uh, they don't sit well with me. They're very, like, mean girls and very immature, and I don't know. Kind of feel like I'm too old for that game, but the more I say, the deeper the hole I dig myself into. I don't, I definitely have my opinions, especially with the fucking trumped up psychiatric nonsense. I don't know how psychiatry works in Kentucky, but here in New York, where we have access to very good psychiatrists, including, in the city and even in my area, which is like an hour out of the city, first of all, there's clinical social workers, there's counselors, there's therapists, there's psychotherapists, there's psychologists, there's psychiatrists. I find it hard to believe she actually met with an actual psychiatrist, unless there's a plethora of them in Kentucky. It took me 6 months to a year in New York to find somebody qualified to give me meds. And even in therapy, it takes session after session after session before you can come up with a diagnosis. Now, my therapist said, and I think the second session, that just based on what I've told him, he suspects complex PTSD, and possibly bipolar, but he wanted to leave that up to the nurse practitioner, who's a psych nurse practitioner. And then I talked to him about like borderline and stuff like that. And he said to me, I would need to talk to you for months before figuring out if you're borderline or not. He said, I think you have slight tendencies because of your abandonment issues as a child and stuff like that, a little bit of dissociation, but there's in good therapy, there's no hard and fast, like within an hour diagnoses. So I really have reason to believe she's lying. This thing really like poofs my face out, doesn't it? Oh, who do I remind you of? See, now I'm being mean. It's stupid. Fucking tired. I need to stop making so many videos. Yeah, I wanted to come on to say hi and good night. I'm taking a rest, going to work later, 3 to 10, at an easy site, so I'm not too freaked out about it. And check out Orko TV, ORKO TV. There's just something about the dude that's really cool. Okay, peace out, you guys. Love you. Where the fuck is my light switch? Bye.